Once you plant the seed.
We know we've shown up. That's
We've
all
shown-
that matters. We're here. We are. We're just streaming live. Whoever wants to join.
Okay, so come here. Move your seat over. Okay, so.
And I can play C too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So the trick with any of these things is you want to first create like a nice balance, like right, get a nice little comfortable balance, right? And then what you're gonna do is you can hit it on the side, just a little tap, but the like kind of loose but strong. So like it's like you're like writing, right? So then you kind of like just get a little tap. But ideally the best place to tap it are on these like on the lid, like the actual lid. Yeah, you see that? Oh, look, we got a little stephanosis. So the thing is, when you tap on the lid, just try tapping it on the lid again. You notice how it sounds different?
Versus on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So if you tap it on the lid, and then you kind of rub it on the lid, and just keep rubbing it. Notice how I'm like rubbing it on the lid itself. And I'm like, notice like also where I'm kind of centered on the bowl. Like notice, look at my hand. My hand is not moving. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like actually on a 3-axis plane, it's like staying exactly the same. But I'm kind of just rubbing on the lid, and look how it's vibrating the lid. Whoa. And then if you do it longer and you can push a little bit harder and you can focus. If you can focus. Straight up. Nice. Do you hear it? You feel it?
I can't hear it.
Okay, try it with this. Let's switch this. Put this here. And then see what happens. Oh, you're lefty, huh? Ah.
Oh, we love our left. I love lefty.
You feel it now? The smaller bowls are a little bit harder to get a thing on, and the bigger you go, look at those ones. You should try those. Like the bigger ones are even more enjoyable, and you feel it. Like.
Do you hold the bigger ones in your hand as well?
I mean, you could, but they're heavy. I would leave it on the ground and do it. Yeah. And then, like, notice how there's this mallet, and then there's another mallet there, and there's a red mallet. Oh, the red mallet's a good one, right? Right? Let's see. Let's show everybody. All right. See these? There's a red. So, toss me the red mallet. Let me show you something. So if we go like this, and like just pushing down on the middle, and you give it like a nice.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing sound therapy before.
This guy does it right there. That guy right there, stephanosis. See him? He does sound healing, and he's studied and trained and done incredible things with sound healing.
So this is the first time I'm doing it, so no judgment, okay?
We're all about judgment. We're all judgment, right? Oh!
Thank you. I'm a natural.
Beautiful.
So, as we play, are there certain like bowls or notes that I should be playing at a certain time?
I would say just listen to your heart. Does that work?
Oh yeah, piece of cake. Yeah.
Is that good advice, guys? What do you guys think? You guys are some heart people. How you guys doing? We got some cool people on here.
What's up, buddy?
Hello. Hey, Stephanosis. Hey, John. So I think it's kind of nice. We got these. We got Dee over here in the back with me. All right. We got Stephanie right here hanging out, saying hello. We've got Adam. We've got John, and we got Stephanosis. There's Stephanosis. And like I think what we'll start with, go ahead, you can grab rolling, Dee. That's kind of nice, right? How we'll start with this is kind of just acknowledging, like, what are we doing? What's the point of this, right? So really, ultimately, the point is, where do we get our food from? Where does food come from? Who makes the food? When we eat the food, do we acknowledge where it comes from? Do we acknowledge what happens to the food, right? And then in that same spirit, maybe we can like start thinking about a new kind of like mythology, a mythology around farmers and farmers all around the world, and how we can support them and be involved, and maybe we can become farmers. And you were just farming.
I was just farming. Yes.
So maybe we all can find the inner farmer inside of us to grow our own food, and maybe connect with community and build community around farming food. Might be mine, and connecting with people. So we'll share that today, and we'll go in and out of different sharings. We have different people going to be coming throughout the next hour. But in between that, like, please think about any poetry you want to share, any music, any art, any philosophy. But let's focus it on building this thread, this golden thread, the golden thread that goes through all of us, that kind of connects all of us, but also kind of reminds us what's most important. What are the values and principles that we can actually improve in our lives and in the world? So thank you guys for showing up. This is an agenda, okay? So with agendas, there's no, like, we're gonna go where the Zen goes, okay? You okay with that? Are you guys okay with that?
Yes.
Chinchulam, are you okay with that? I think, yeah, he's okay with it. All right, so awesome. Let's honor something. Let's honor something while we start it. Like, since we have the feminine divine right here, Dee, will you share any mantra to get us started? Yeah, tune it in. Can somebody help me? Maybe Stephanosis? Can you share this mantra in the chat?
Thank you.
You did a very good job. You're very number
High
one.
five.
You're number one. You're number one, Kirtan. I
Yeah,
give you
right,
the
yeah,
number
right.
one prize, okay? Madam, please, can you tell me why are you here, huh? Can you tell us why are you here, please?
So I'm here because farming is really important to all of us, and what's happening in India, is very relevant to what's already happened here to our farmers. So here to bring awareness, to pray for the farmers in India, pray for the farmers here, and to play some music and have fun.
Oh, very good. Why are you looking at me? Why? Huh? Okay, so tell me, what can we do, in your opinion?
Well, we can keep having the conversation. We can support local farmers by buying produce and everything that we can organic at farmers markets. Um, we can. There's a lot of local initiatives. See what's happening in your cities. What local initiatives and what groups are working to bring healthy foods to marginalized communities. We can, there's so much, there's really so much you can do, but I would say that a lot of what we can do here is to use your dollar to buy organic, to buy local, because that actually does make a huge difference. And there are groups in India that are supporting the farmers, that are protesting. Khalsa Aid, Hemkunt Foundation, they're bringing water to the protesters and fans because it's getting hot. So we'll talk more about that later. But yeah.
Very good. Oh my goodness. You remind me of a very good idea. I think I heard it from you. What is global? Global local?
Oh yeah.
Local?
So think globally, but act locally. So think about what's happening in the big picture, but act in your local communities, because that's where you're going to have the most impact, and that's what it matters the most.
Think global, act local. Act local?
Yes.
I
got it.
I can act local. Please.
And act local while you act local.
Act local. Very good. Thank you, Diana. Very good.
Thank you,
Okay.
Seth.
Okay. All right, very good. I'm going to bring Indy back because he is the. Hey, Indy, where are you? Hey, you need to fix the computer. Where are you? Hey, Indy. All right, guys. I'm getting like chastised by Chintulal over here. It's not even fun. You guys don't want to be chastised by him. It's not fun, you guys. All right, so. All right, nice to see everybody. Okay, let's bring everybody back. I'm gonna bring up over to gallery view over here. So who do we got? All right, so who wants to volunteer? Otherwise, I'm gonna pick somebody. Oh, you guys might have to fight for it too. I'm good with fighting. You guys want to peace? Can you peace fight? Is that possible? Can we how do we love fight? Is that possible?
Indy, I just came on when you were doing that, and I was like, he's always up to something. I'll go.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Rachel, actually, hold that.
Okay, hold the mantra. All right.
I would love if you have somebody next to you. Let's see if we can do like a wave of masculine and feminine. Whoa. So, brother,
you go this way. You go this. This is Tommy.
Awesome, Tommy.
Yeah.
What's happening, brother?
Brother, some philosophy, some perspective, some music on this subject, I guess, or maybe you tying it together somewhere.
Oh, could I go second? I need to see what this is all going on. I'd like to see what people are sharing.
Okay, so
all right.
I'm throwing it over then to Stephanosis.
Yes.
Where the Stefan? Hello? I can't hear you, brother.
Unmute. There we go.
You're here.
I'm on. I'm on. Well, thanks for having me, Indy. I love the T-shirt, by the way. Oh my God. Seeks for
Bam.
humanity. Love it, love it,
Bam.
love it, love it.
I feel like when I wear this, I feel like I'm an Avenger.
You've got the symbol, you've got the power. By the way,
I got this.
I
I got this one.
I think I saw the I think that puppet looks familiar. I think I saw him at the protest. I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh, dude, you don't know that guy? He teleports. So he could be in a protest in Belarus, and then the next day he'll be in India, and the next day he'll be in Washington D.C. It's crazy. That guy.
Well, my friend, as usual, I have some India farmer protest news updates. So there's some mostly good news and some not so good news, but it's mostly good news. The good news is that they're still protesting, obviously, and they're not going anywhere. It's been almost 2 months, you know. The protest is little by little getting international attention, which should have came sooner, but it's finally happening. The not so good news is that there haven't been talks in 77 days between the farmers unions and the government officials. So there's definitely a stalemate there. And I think you know, from what I'm sensing is that the Indian government is trying to stall this and hope it simmers down and people forget, you know. But the farmers said, oh, no, that's not going to happen. So what they've done is organize, and they've blocked the Kundali Palwal Expressway. So they're like, that's it. We got to block roads because you guys aren't listening. So they're blocking a major expressway, but they are allowing emergency vehicles through, right? So they know, like, we're gonna do this in a way that's not gonna endanger lives. It's non-violent, you know, but they're definitely, they have to disrupt things. And unfortunately it's gotten to that because the government officials just aren't listening, you know. So they're blocking this major highway for 24 hours. Only emergency vehicles allowed through, and that's the latest update. You know, they need all our support.
That's interesting that you say that, because when you for humans, it's kind of funny. You look at humans as an organism, like collectively, and you notice that these all these driveway. I mean, all these highways that we have and different, they're like our bloodstreams. They're like our arteries and our, literally as humans collectively, it's like those roads are the arteries. So if you block them, if you clog them, it's kind of hard to ignore that, because you're affecting almost all industries in a lot of ways. And so that's a pretty good strategy, and something that maybe people all around the world can learn and study, is hey, maybe instead of us choosing to protest where it's safe and comfortable for the system, maybe the best ways to protest is actually stopping the roadways, so that there's more attention and more people can join, and you can do it safely, is what they're showing in India, it seems like, right? You could do it without endangering anyone.
Yes, it's a non-violent form of protest, and it has major economic disruption, you know. So and I think it was a really last resort for them, because I mean, can you imagine 77 days and no one's talking, you know? So it means that some side is not listening, and I think it's Modi's side that's not listening, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
It's challenging too for all of us. I think it's important for us to start to think about and contemplate how this is related to here in America, you know, and the increasing amounts of poverty and houselessness and hunger that's happening across America, and it's going up. These $1,400 check didn't even go to some of the people who needed it. Think about that for a moment, right? So we have to start thinking maybe there's You know, I learned about this recently, and I would love to get everybody's thoughts on this. But one of the ways you make like nonviolent change in the world is sustainable civil disobedience. Sustainable, not just like, oh, we're going to protest on a Saturday and then we're done. Like sustained civil disobedience. So like what they're doing in India is like they've created a Burning Man camp. Basically, they're feeding each other for free. They're educating the poor and each other. They're doing medical services. They're feeding each other, and it's all not without government. Like there's no government involvement. It's the people are doing it with each other, which is like mind blowing. That's sustained civil disobedience, right? That's at some point the government's going to be like, whoa, we need these people to make money in the machine, right? So that being said, Stefanos, do you have any music or poetry to share?
You know, it was usually I do, but I would love to, and I think you'll be right on board with this, Indy. I'd love to share the story of Guru Nanak and Malik Bago, because I think it ties perfectly right into this. So basically, to give a quick breakdown, Guru Nanak was the first Sikh and the founder of the Sikh faith. You know, there were 10 successive gurus after him. So Guru Nanak produced a lot of miracles and amazing teachings as well as miracles. So one of these miracles out of many, again, is the miracle he produced at the house of a government official named Malik Bago. So Malik Bago was a government official, and he was known for being kind of tyrannical. You know, he liked to work people to death and not pay them. You know, sounds pretty familiar, right? So Malik Bago invited a bunch of religious holy men to this big banquet, basically, you know. And you got to remember back then, a big banquet would be really simple. So they had a lot of flatbread. And Malik Bago was known for having this, because he was wealthy, he had this really good, high quality.
Bro, you get that high quality flatbread. I'm telling you, it changes, the whole game changes.
Yeah, he, you know, he was like, he had, you know, the finest flour, and so he had this wonderful flatbread. So Guru Nanak declined the invitation. Guru Nanak's like, oh nope, I'm not going. And he took another person with him named Bhai Lalo, and Bhai Lalo also made bread, but Bhai Lalo was a low-class carpenter when we're talking about the caste system. So Bhai Lalo was basically a poor carpenter who made poor man's bread, right? So Malik Bago was like, you know, within his ego, he said, "How dare you, Nanak? You know, I'm rich. I have the best wheat flour. I have the best bread. How can you refuse my delicious food?" So Guru Nanak took one of Malik Bago's fancy bread in his left hand, you know, and he took Bhai Lalo's poor man's bread in his right hand, and he squeezed his left hand with Malik Bago's bread, the rich man's bread, the government official's bread, and blood came out of the left, out of that bread. You know, people saw drops of blood falling from that bread. And then he took his right hand and he took Bhai Lalo's poor man's bread and squeezed it, and instead of blood, milk came out. So people were shocked, you know, they're like, you know, you can imagine he's squeezing bread and one side blood, one side milk. What is happening here? So Malik Bago was pretty much silenced, and Guru Nanak explained that Malik's income was earned by sucking the blood of the poor, whereas the income of this poor carpenter had the milk earned by his hard labor. So and the quote here says, "The wealth gathered by cruelty towards the poor is like draining their blood." Woo! Malik Bago, you invited me to partake blood, leaving the food that is as pure as milk. How could I accept it? So, da 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 da.
Damn.
Pretty.
A-
Damn.
Anybody have any thoughts on that or reflection?
Wow. Hey everybody. So happy to be here with all of you. I love that story so much. Thanks for sharing that, Stefanos. I've heard it before. Just growing up as a Sikh, but it's such a powerful message and such a powerful image too. And so like such a simple story as well. Just to be honest, to have integrity,
You're cutting out Gurunam a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, to be honest and have integrity, like the intention. I'll write it out.
I mean, I think I would also follow that up too. Oh, bummer on the on your guys' connections. I hope you guys are okay. I know there's like I was teaching a class for high school kids, and they couldn't even come to my class because there's tornadoes in Florida. So everybody be safe out there, whatever's going on. Thank you, Gurnam, for showing up. Always appreciate you. Hope you're able to share something later, some music or some poetry. Wait, hold on. Let me read out what Gurnam said. She said, honesty and integrity with the source of things, like where things come from. Honesty and integrity, the source of things. And I think that now is like a really important time for us to think about these things. So, all right, I'm going to throw it over to Stefanos. Thank you. I can talk so much about that subject because there's reports that just came out that what we thought billionaires made, it was actually lower. They've actually made more money in the past year than we actually has been shared. So something to think about, because the Indian billionaires are a big reason why the Indian farmers are protesting in India, right? Those billionaires hang out with American billionaires, and they're all hanging out with each other at the moment. So somehow we need to start connecting the dots with each other. Like, hey, do we want to wait for them to decide what's good for us, or do we want to decide what's good for us? All right. So, Rachel. Shitty Rachel.
Hi. Yes. Okay, so what's been coming up for me lately, I've been working with Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, and she's so many things. She can be an essence. She can take the form of this beautiful black-haired woman. So I wanted to share the mantra that works with her to bring it over to there, and just boom, everything that you want in and out will happen. So Om, everyone probably knows what that already means. It's the sound of the universe. Shreem is her sound. So abundance, prosperity, all the golden yumminess. And then Hreem, which is that manifesting force that will bring everything together. So I will begin chanting, let's say 10 times. That's a fun number. So if you want to join me, you can close your eyes, place your feet onto the floor, or sit cross-legged. Take a deep breath in. Om Shri Hri 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 Om Shri Hri. Two more. Om Shri Hri. Last one. Om Shri Hri. And just feeling the golden light enter into your space, maybe internally, externally, around your room area. Knowing that you can call upon Lakshmi at any point when you need to connect to her essence. You can open your eyes and come back to the space that you're in.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking when I was saying that too. I was like meditating. I was like cream. I was like, wait, we're saying like cream and cream, like cream. I love cream, like all kinds of cream.
Yeah, it's like cream, cashews, everything around me.
And also cream too. You know what's interesting about cream is like it's like the best part. Like, oh my god, it's like the best parts of stuff at times. It's very connected to agriculture, right? Like you can't have good cream if you don't have good happy cows. If you don't have happy soil, happy grass, happy wheat, you name it. Like cream, happy coconuts.
Yeah, it's all connected. And right now we've been composting all winter, so I'm about to have some fire compost for gardening this year. And I'm going to plant some plants for the monarchs to come back, because I'm sure you know about that. But yeah, I want them to live and thrive and have things to pollinate.
That's beautiful. I mean, I'm going to toss up a thing to you is like, you know, with what's going on in India and around here and around the world, like what are your, you just brought up compost and what you're doing with the monarchs, like how can we do more to like, you know, let's not just support the farmers in India, but like support what's going on with our soil and our nature and everything, ecology. Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, 100%. So most people throw out their scraps of food when there's so many nutrients that we can give back to Mother Earth, and, you know, many things to plant, whether you're going to plant flowers, whether you're going to plant vegetables, fruits, you name it. So composting, I learned it and my parents learned it at Holly Hill Farm, which like there's so many farms that do even free classes. They just show you how to make the big bins and you just throw it all in. By the springtime, the worms come, they start munching away, and then you're left with this amazing soil that came from the food that you organically selected that you're going to put back into the earth, and you're able to become more self-efficient, which is like very much the theme of everything right now. It's to get away from one thing fits all and always think about it depends, right? Everything depends. So that's kind of where we're at right now. This is the first year that we're actually composting. So my parents haven't done that in 64 years, and I'm lucky enough to start it while I'm 28 and learn all these things. So by the time that I have like my own plot of land, I can grow and build community gardens and share the knowledge that doesn't need to be kept from anyone. It's like giving people the opportunity to sustain themselves. And it's like when you cook your own meal and you have that feeling versus like when you get it from takeout and that person could have had the worst day and they're just throwing your stuff together and they're like, I could care less about you. But when you're cooking it for yourself, or if someone that you love is cooking it for you in this kind of food sadhana, it just makes all the difference. And yeah, I could go on for like ever.
Yeah, there's a lot there, you know, and I think that's important. So thank you, Rachel. I think, you know, we need to, you know, keep thinking about how we can be more efficient. And also, like, you know, I gotta tell you what, those worms love it, man. You like make those worms, you make those worms happy, they'll share their happiness with you.
Exactly.
You just have to go there. You got to go underground. You know, that's funny, right? I don't know, I'm a big Carl Jung fan and like looking at analytical psychology, and like we have to like, in order to grow, we have to really face the underground in our own consciousness. We have to go there where the shadows are. We're like the worst, even seeing it in the world and in ourselves is so important. But then it's also relevant in like agriculture and like permaculture. Like you got to be cool. You got to understand there's an important community underground, and they need love and attention and nurturing too.
Yeah, that reminds me of this saying. It goes, I love you, I hate you, I am you.
Well, let's not say that. I love you.
I hate you, I am you.
I am you. I love you. I hate you. I am. Everyone knows this. I love you. I hate you.
I am you.
I am you.
All right, awesome. I'm gonna flip this over. I want to acknowledge Adam. Adam, are you there, brother? I know you're cutting in and out. Mr. Adam? Mr. Adam? Is he out? Oh, but we have John and Martha. Martha, do you guys want to say anything, or John?
Have a great ceremony. Bye, Jared.
Bye, Jared. Wait, you're muted, Martha. Wait, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Oh, there you go. Now we can hear you, I think. Wait, we still can't hear you. What's going on? Technical difficulties.
Are you blocking your mic?
Oh, maybe the mic is blocked.
Oh, weird.
Weird, right? What? I know, eh? What's the matter?
Try saying something.
Oh. It says she's unmuted there, but you know, I don't know what's going on. What's the matter? What's the matter? What about you? What about you, brother? Did you want to share anything before I do the next? Okay. So let me share something with you guys. All right, let's get some movement here going. All right. So what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna invite all you guys to get up for a moment. So one of the things, you know, that's like really like supporting what's happening in India right now is like movement. Like they're all like they do they dance and they celebrate while they're during this protest, right? So it's important. So you know, maybe just get some stretches and just like, you know, make your arms, just get some like just movement so we can get stretch before we get, you know, down with this. Keep going. Wait, hold on. So now I'm going to show you guys something, and we're going to do a little shamanic Punjabi movement, okay, real quick. So I'm going to, before I get back to the rhythm, here's the movement, okay? We got 4 directions. So you got your west. So I'm looking at west right now. We're all looking at west. West, right? We got west, and then we got north, south. We got east and north, okay? So you guys got your directions. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some Bhangra, but Bhangra is a really shamanistic because we in the Sikh culture, we are all about farming. So really we celebrate all the farming seasons, the harvest, the plant, but we celebrate about also doing shamanic things with the earth and with the direction. So I'll show you guys. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's the movement. Let me move this down a little bit. Okay, here's the movement. We're gonna go, our hands gonna be down and open like this, and we're gonna take our left foot, right, and we're gonna kick it with our hands, right? So you're gonna hop. So you can see I'm just doing it. You're kind of like with your hands, you're moving your foot forward. Right? And it feels good. And then do the other side. See if you can do the right side. Right? right? So see if you can switch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, 2. Keep going. 1, 2. You got it? All right, now switch it. Do it up here, up high. 1, 2. So left, right, right. So push it. You're pushing out to the west. Push it out. Push out. Bye, brother. Push out to the west. All right, and get down. Down here. Down here. Now up. Now up. Now up. Now down. All right, you guys push it to the west. Push it out there. Okay. All right. Okay, so you guys got this? Okay, catch your breath for a moment. Okay, what's gonna happen now is we're gonna do it this way, and then we're gonna shift. So we're gonna hit all the directions, okay? Here we go, the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Push, switch, push, switch, push, switch, switch. Now you can do it other arms. You can switch your arms. You can switch them. You can switch it, and you can keep going. So right now, push away all the energy. Create a force field for yourself with all this stuff. Create a force field. Go whatever direction you want. But think about the directions, and you're creating a force field around you. You're also pushing away any negative energies, anything that's going to block the harvest, block love, and you're pushing away. But you're also creating this incredible force field with your motion. Yeah, keep going. Do whatever you want now. Down. Maybe close your eyes. Move slowly, almost like Tai Chi. Nice. Just feel your body again. Connection with the ground, the sky, the elements, the directions. Recognize them for a moment, that you were just playing with all of those within your body, within the spaces around you, with nature, the directions, the mythology. Take a big deep breath in. Big deep breath into your belly. Hold it. And a big sigh out loud. Ah. Let's do it again. Big deep breath in. Hold it, and a big sigh. Ah. Let's do it again one more time. Big deep breath. Hold it. Keep holding it. Big sigh. Awesome. How do you guys feel?
Amazing.
Woo! How do you guys feel?
Incredible.
Woo!
I'm gonna keep dancing.
All right.
I feel the joy.
Feel the joy. And so mind you guys, whenever you need to pick up your energy and you feel low on energy, or if you feel you're getting attacked from all directions, from east, west, north, you're getting you feel they're just energy, whether you don't believe in energy or not, you just feel whoa, it's just yeah, you just need to move, you put on some music and do the 4 directions and dance and open up to the 4 directions. All right. All right. So let me switch that over. I want to honor you. You've been here this whole time, Stephanie. Yeah. Can you share your perspective on the subject and what you're doing and what's because I think a big part of what we do here is also sharing. If we're working on projects or we're involved in things that are going to support farmers and support socioeconomic justice and all kinds of stuff, we should share and start to support each other. I think this is kind of the space that we can kind of create that Kundalini energy and spin things out. And who knows what will happen, right? So we've already had some really great insights over the past few weeks when we've hosted this. But what are your perspectives on this?
Yeah, well, I think doing this, it like is really important. Specifically just holding space to listen to each other, you know, like to acknowledge everything that's going on and really deeply listen, you know, not just about like what's going on, but like how people are feeling and how people are being impacted by this, you know, and I feel like connecting in that way and holding space in that way to listen is really an important way to mobilize. You know, like we can talk about buying local, eating at the farmers market, all of that, but I think that starts with listening with your heart and with your whole self and being present in that way. And so I think that the space is really special because we can all be here in this way and be present with each other. So yeah.
Okay, and now I'm gonna throw something out there to you too. Like, what are you? You're working on a project dealing with food.
Yeah.
What is it called?
It's called Real Food, Real Stories, and that's actually a big part of what we do at Real Food, Real Stories is we encourage people to listen to the stories of others and deeply share our own stories. So it's like takes two people, right? It takes someone to listen and take in a story, and then it also takes someone to be able to share their full self and share vulnerably in that way. And so, yeah.
Whoa.
So I think this is great. You know, we're listening to the stories of farmers in India, and yeah, that's so as listeners, this is an opportunity for us to make change and make moves and play music and be resilient in this way. I think that's what's really beautiful about playing music and also holding this space for fun. It's like we're constantly just like inundated with horrible things in the world, you know? And I think one of the most resilient things that we could be doing right now is just having fun.
Yes.
Like, you know, playing. So, and that in itself is just good energy to keep us going, to keep up with the good fight, you know? So yeah, let's have fun. Let's listen, be present in this moment, listen and have fun and eat your veggies. Good veggies. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, thank you. I think that's important. I think you hit it on the side of it. I've been studying and paying attention a lot to what does it mean to have constructive listening. Like actually, there's actually a practice of constructive listening. Like it's not just even listening or like checking the boxes of listening, but like how can you build on what somebody is sharing, right? How can you support what they're talking? If they have needs, like what are you recognizing with their needs and how you can address their needs when you listen? Or maybe they need activation about what they care about and like how can you contribute? Because we all have connections and networks and resources and intelligence, and all of us have gained so much stuff over the years, way more than our parents ever did, right?
Yeah.
Yet we hold on to our cards. Like we're constantly like, wait, I don't know, you know? But like, what if we actually were like, just put our cards on the table and we're like, all right, here's what we got. Let's do it.
And the only way to really be constructive when you listen is to listen, right? I feel like when it's often easy to just be in your head and think about what you want to say, but it's like, it's nice to just actually give your full self and attention to listening and taking in what someone else is saying.
Totally. A few times I've passed out listening too hard. Like somebody was telling a story where they were like falling out of, like one time my friend was telling a story about falling out of the doing skydiving, and I like got so into the story because I practice saying like I go into the story when I listen to people so I can stay more present, and I ended up falling and I fell on the ground. Like what? Because I was so in the story. All right. Anyways, all right. So really quickly, brother, what was your name again? I don't want to get it wrong. It was it all?
Tommy?
Tommy.
Oh yeah.
Tommy,
So,
now it's your turn, Tommy.
well, it's been great tuning in. Everyone's energy is just out of control. I love it. I've loved everything I've heard so far. With the thing about the farms and stuff, you know, I was a guy, I'd always buy my groceries at Shaw's and Stop and Shop, and they're great stores. I know plenty of people that work there and have great employment, but nowadays I'm going to like the smaller, you know, shops, or like there's a farm where I get my milk and ice cream down the street, and I'll support anything smaller versus a big guy whenever I can, just because where's your money going to buy the next guy's next vacation home or car, or really helping out someone that's helping out people with good product, better product too. I don't know. I don't have too much.
And what I just have to say to that is like, how beautiful is that reciprocal relationship? Like, you're getting amazing ice cream and dairy and milk, and you're supporting them with your money. And like, when you lean into that reciprocal relationship, I think it's like it's your it's so full and fulfilling in that way, and that's why we want to be connected to our food, is because when you're not connected, there's not that reciprocal relationship. You're just taking food, but you're not actually giving to the farmer, whoever's growing that food. So that's beautiful.
100%. 100%. And it's always such a better experience visiting those places and interacting with those people also on top of that.
Yeah, and they always give you some extra food, more food than you think when you sometimes you get a pie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Take it. Gurunam, will you share some amazing? By the way, I want to acknowledge Gurunam. She's been a big catalyst in us doing this every week, and really supportive. And actually, like for me, this has been therapy, because I've been at the beginning of what was happening in India. There was, I don't know if people understand, but we've experienced genocide just 30 years ago. Our culture, our community. And so what was happening again in India, and what still continues to happen, like they're blocking water, they're blocking internet here. I mean, it's kind of weird. They're still arresting people, journalists in India. Like it's kind of like authoritarian at the moment. But what I've been experiencing a lot of like grief in that space, and worry and anxiety, like constantly, that like, oh my God, what if my people get slaughtered? And like, what if the police just decide they want to kill all these people? And also, I've been also experiencing grief because the American media has been censoring this. Like, people don't know. I have over like 6,000 followers on social media, but I've been getting censored since I've been posting about the farmers' protest. I'm I'm not advocating any violence or anything, just awareness. And it seems that there's like this connection of like corporations that are not allowing certain conversations, but they are promoting certain conversations, which is like really troubling to me. That's causing a lot of anxiety with me. But this space that we're like sharing right now is therapy. It's healing. Like I couldn't. There's nothing I could. This is like more valuable to me than anything. And I really appreciate all of you guys for showing up, being consistent. And Gurunam has been a big catalyst of that. I want to acknowledge her. As a sister who comes from a family from the similar kind of culture and philosophy, she has shown up really amazingly. And Gurunam, please share not your thoughts, but she's incredibly talented, everything, like musician, artist, activist, you name it. She's amazing. So maybe she'll share some of her voice.
Oh, Rishi, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Oh man, it's just like so powerful to have these discussions. Really inspiring. I actually have my notebook here. I'm taking notes on what some people are saying, because it's so powerful what everybody has to share, and resonates deeply. Yeah, I feel very passionate about supporting, well, particularly in this situation, because my father grew up as a sugarcane farmer in the Punjab. And I've gotten, kind of a sense of that lifestyle, and it's like very sweet and very wholesome. And that's how my father is. He's very sweet and very simple and wholesome and generous and kind, and doesn't take more than what he needs. And I do also resonate with Rishi, what you're saying about grief. I feel that pretty deeply in my body and my spirit, as I'm seeing this trend of big corporations, like powers that be, individuals, companies, forces wanting to control and wanting to take more than what they need and exploit for their own gain. there's not an equal exchange that's been happening for so long between humans and the earth. And I feel that, and it hurts. And yeah, something that someone said earlier made me think about how this, like this situation in India, it's kind of just a example of like what's happening energetically on a larger scale. And the shadow, being willing to go into the shadow and the dark and hold space for this transmutation and this process. So yeah, I feel a lot and I'm processing a lot, and I process a lot through sound. I've been called just to sing and study music for my whole life, basically. And so I'd like to share some song, and I'm opening up space for myself to just share more from like an intuitive, in the moment space. That's really fun for me. So I'll see what comes through. And I love this vision, like what Rishi was sharing about when we were dancing, this like vision. So if everybody would like to, invite you to hold a vision of the future, of what we could be, and specifically in relation to our relationship with the earth and our relationship with those that cultivate the land, those that support us to live and to eat, and bringing back respect and honor for the people in those positions. There's nothing lowly about being a farmer. It's actually a beautiful, amazing position, and must be respected at the same level as someone who works in an office or who's a manager of something. It's so essential. So I invite you to hold a vision of reverence, respect, honor for those that cultivate the land, and a system where it is truly sustainable to be here, to exist here on this planet. Mother Nature is thriving. She's alive. The animals are happy, living in natural symbiosis. Ikke ardas sabatiki ratiki, Guru Ramdas Rako Saranai. We're all so connected. And I hold that vision that we all can feel that, and that those who are in positions of power may be able to experience a heart opening experience, to feel that as well. That's something I like to think about. Imagine if like all the presidents of all the countries in the world, all the giant multi-billionaires, they had an awakening, a heart opening experience. I mean, things could change. So it's really fun for me to feel that as a possibility.
I like to joke, Guru Nam, all the time that like, what if they had NDEs?
Yeah.
How do you fast track enlightenment? You know?
Yeah. I mean, we're so powerful, you know, energetically. So I'm really, because yeah, like about the censorship, Rishi, I mean, I'm really frustrated by that too. You know, there's these like physical ways of communication, but then I'm like, okay, well, you're gonna censor me in the ways that, you know, when I use my mouth and when I type and everything. Okay, I'm gonna also be working on the energetic realm to get my message out, to hold space for where I would like to see us going. Maybe that's not necessarily what's happening. Then again, I think it is. It's just, again, there's a lot of censorship, so we're not maybe seeing a lot of these like amazing initiatives that people are doing, and a lot of the positive change that's happening in the world, because there's a lot of overwhelming focus on fear, like messages and communication that's gonna continue to, you know, stir up all the fear and the survival feelings.
Yeah, thank you. And that was beautiful. I was totally, I don't want to project my visions on y'all, but like I saw some dope like connected tree houses and like educational spaces and tree houses. And I saw like geometric building, farming cooperatives and collectives and communities, like educating people like brown and black folk and indigenous folk, how they can like like own and like take their land to a whole nother level, however they want to, and have ownership. I was like seeing all that cool stuff. But that's me.
Rishi, actually, I think that'd be super powerful. I would love to hear what like people felt really connected to and what came to them. I think that'd be really cool to talk about.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
I just wanted to add, from a musical perspective, the pitch and everything was so beautiful. I was tempted to go on my phone and put on the Tempura app and say, oh, let me find this note, this key. But I said, no, let me just be in the moment. But really, really exceptional Drupad skills there.
Oh, thanks, Stephanos. Yeah, that's what I've been studying, Drupad.
Yeah,
Do you want to share any of your visions
wonderful
that you had?
So anyways, that was exactly what he was going to say. Those notes were beautiful. So I live in like a suburb town south of Boston, and I always just envision getting out of here to like the woods in New Hampshire, Maine, and having like my own sustainable homestead kind of thing. And I just pictured that, and I pictured just everyone being happy and getting along, and just it does. The music was amazing. Thank you.
I can see that vision too. Thanks.
And you got
Thank you, Gudanam. That was really beautiful. I'd like to share what I saw.
Yes.
I too was envisioning like, being on the land and actually having spaces like sacred spaces for, indigenous folks, and really like supporting like land back movements, and also the community at large, and not being like isolated from, like inner cities, like really like bringing in like, again, like young brown and black kids to the land to really like learn to cultivate the land and grow their own food and education, and really just like my vision was really focused around like supporting children, and so I really thank you for nudging us to envision that, because I think it's really important that we have these spaces to visualize, because if you can't see it, how does it happen, right? So I really love that, and your voice was just like so like put me in this trance, and I was just like, it just felt so amazing. So thank you. I always love hearing you share your music.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So beautiful. Wow. Oh my God. I feel like chills.
I also I was doing some research on music, and this academic person, which everyone has their own perspective. He just put it in a very interesting way, where music is how we can emotionally communicate, and we can communicate through words and through actions. But I just thought it was a really beautiful way to think about how if we have maybe trouble communicating with our words or in other ways, music is a wonderful way to be able to communicate. And so I feel like you were able to do that today, in a way where you brought us all together with your music.
I love that.
My visions. Yeah, I was just imagining everyone with their farmer hats on, and everyone had like carrying bounties of produce, and us just in the sun smiling, and literally everyone farming, everyone connected with the food. That's what I was imagining.
Was anybody making their food?
Maybe one or two people, yeah.
You always got to have the outliers,
Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Look who is here! Wait, hold on. But before you go, Sarissa, what was your vision, Rachel?
I just envisioned people with their hands in the dirt and just being super connected. I imagined the ocean and us just being able to harmonize with it. Same with like the rainforest, everything, just having a lot of knowledge to understand and coexist.
Mm.
Stephanos is going to hear yours.
Thank you. I got chills.
Sorry, being here. The notes really gave me a sense of flying, and just a sweeping calmness. The subtle bends in your voice really gave a feeling of flight and of a collective consciousness of sorts. So again, just really beautiful and a really good theme to bring up is a collective consciousness, you know, and learning from the systems of nature that are so perfect. And I feel like slowly but surely we're returning to that space. And there's a theme, there's a word I learned from another brother that Indy introduced me to, so thank you for that. But Grace Moen mentioned to me about the convergence, you know, all these traditions and sacred knowledge coming together in this time. So it's a beautiful thing. And I believe that music and the power of voice and all these things are a part of that.
Word.
And the listening, I think that also comes back to what Stephanie was saying about the listening, right?
Absolutely.
Like, we aren't like to listen more to like the original like students of this land who have even been this land, right? Like even just here in the U.S. and really listening to them because they like had it figured out and listening to the song and ceremony and all of this is like so important. So to really like encourage all of you, I wish or to like share that with our communities that they can do research, and there are groups that are working to get this knowledge to farmers, as well. Because like let's look at the farmers that are here are not the original stewards of this land. So they've been told how to farm land by corporations and forced to. And so if we can support them in connecting to indigenous wisdom, like how can we do that here? Like that's another question, we have. So something to think about.
And with that being said, Dee, thank you for bringing that up. I want to share, with you guys that are on this call right now. We're the idea is to do this every week, and it's at the same time every week. And the deeper intention is us bringing light and awareness to initiatives that are working, that are doing it already, like she says, involving indigenous knowledge, but also empowering and regenerating the soil and regenerating the land. And there's so many things we could be sharing. So let's also continue to flow this every week and bring something to the table. Like, so next week, if you guys learn about some project and maybe do a little bit of research, see if we can support that, come together, talk about how we can like support those initiatives together, bring light to them, bring awareness, maybe bring people in. My advice to you guys is kind of like, why does it only got to be Tony Robbins or Landmark or whatever, right? Why don't we create more of a bring a friend to this? We're not asking you for money. We're not asking to go over your house deeds. Like, we're actually trying to figure out what we can do. Not yet. But the point is, bring somebody every week, or bring a few people that need, not just to talk about this problem, but also this space, right? For us to share music, share sound, share like love and dancing and movement, but like with intention. Right. And that's the thing. I think this is healing in that way, too. So please invite people next week. Maybe those who are not, let's and from different perspectives. Maybe there's people with resources. maybe like I've invited a few people with resources that have come here and really valued it, right? And there's a lot of people right now that if we kept to connect those pieces, it'd be very helpful. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay,
I love the intention piece. Yeah, just
oh no,
it feels so powerful to like gather. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Gurunam, stop your video.
Anji.
Gurunam, stop your video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, hello? Yes?
Very
Is
good.
better?
Very good.
Very good. Okay. It's just so powerful to gather like with a similar intention. I just like I feel really energized about this. I feel so good and inspired every week. And excited. Like I'm excited. And that's a big thing because I also like know what it feels like to be depressed and hopeless and the world just, you know, kind of weighing on my shoulders and like these big monstrosity companies and people, you know, wanting to just like take control. And all of that can weigh down like my spirit sometimes. And gathering in this type of space, it kind of re-energizes me. And it's like, okay, there's other people that, you know, resonate in this way. And there are things that are happening, especially really like, I love the piece of, you know, having the visions, doing the like woo woo stuff, you know, like la la la, let's meditate and sing and everything. But then also like, let's really share some real world action steps, you know, and I love like bringing light to different initiatives that are already happening, you know, because we get the downloads, you know, we connect to source, and then we have to also figure out how to integrate that into the physical. Like that's a very important necessary step as well. So I really appreciate just that, the combination I feel is present here in this group.
And that's what I feel like is unique about this space too, right? Like we've all been part of these like gatherings that are woo woo and, you know, wonderful for the spirit individually, but not necessarily like holding that collective vision. And like, and like you said, Gurunam, like the action, the call to action, right? So that is what I feel like I love about these every week, is that it is so inspiring because it's a reminder of our own individual and collective power. So
Yeah, should we start charging people like $500 so they actually come? Will that be like vacation, like for being human? Like we're giving people for being human, then they'll come if they pay like $1,000, you know?
Right? Oh, it must be worth it if it's that expensive.
Yeah, we've worked
LA price.
that much. Yeah.
LA prices.
Sarissa, will you please close us out with something to share? And what you're also working on initiatives that are very important and connected to the earth, and to indigenous knowledge. Can you share and send us out?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say hello, aloha. Thank you for having me here. I apologize for being a little late to the party, but I look forward to joining you in other weeks. I've been trying to come each week and something would always happen on the Sunday morning. But I feel more grounded now. I just landed back in Hawaii where I'll be staying. So I want to also, I'm going to invite everyone else to join and go down to the lodge and invite people so we can have a little music hub there. So yes, bigger and better, onwards and upwards. Hopefully more and more people will join, because we have the same, like you said, initiatives. We all do really want the same thing. We all do know that it is the time for everyone to come together. So now we need those little action steps to actually be put into place. And so, yes, as she was sharing, Gurunam was sharing, we're here now to take those action steps together. I'm very excited. I'll definitely share. If I'm gonna do just one, I'll do one of my.
Sarissa, before you do though,
yeah,
some technical things really quick. So on the next to the mute button on the thing, click the little arrow, click audio settings.
Yeah.
Okay, and then audio settings, see it says suppress background noise? You see
Oh, hold on. Actually, I don't.
So wherever your mute thing is, there should be like a little thing to do audio settings. Or are you on your?
Yeah, I'm here.
So in the audio settings, there should be a place where it says like suppressing background noise or your
Speaker microphone.
microphone. So underneath you put the microphone input volume up.
That I can do.
And then underneath that, there should be something that talks about background noise. Is that
Use separate audio device? No, I don't have that.
you don't have that? Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because sometimes it like Zoom automatically like starts to mess with the sound.
What's weird too is it's not letting me actually heighten my input volume.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
You're fine. Cool. Perfect.
Okay. If not, well, better next time. So this one is a favorite of mine. That was the first one I learned to play on the guitar. It was given to me by my teacher. And it's mostly in Spanish, but you'll recognize most of the words. It calls in each of the elements and asks them to sing to us. Sing to me, guide me. Because after all, we're here to listen. Tierra sagrada, canto para ti, canto para mí, canto para mí. Fuego sagrada, canto para ti, canto para mí, canto para mí. Are sagrada, canto para ti, canto para mí, canto para mí. Agua sagrada, canto para ti, canto para mí, canto para mí. Gracias por tus medicinas, medicinas del amor. Gracias por tus medicinas, medicinas del amor. Todo es amor. Todo es amor. Todo es amor. Todo es amor.
Beautiful. Wow. Wait, show us that guitar.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. What'd you say?
Wait, show us that guitar real quick. I want to see the guitar. Cool.
I have to go behind it, I think.
That's awesome. Beautiful.
Yeah. I didn't take it with me on my travels, so I just got back. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's fun.
That was beautiful. So Rissa, do you have anything in terms of what's going on with the farmers in India, or like your experience in the farm, like anything anything to send us off, like any perspectives or anything?
Well, I think in terms of what's happening in India, I always try to educate myself more and more. I don't have many, I have friends who are from India, yeah, and they are aware that it's going on, and yet I don't see as much of a noise really. So I just hope to bring awareness to that in any way that I can. In terms of here in Hawaii, first it was in Guatemala, and they have the same struggles there with especially with politics and the land and the rights to what is theirs and food. And in Hawaii, that's a huge thing, food sovereignty. We planted in a park that was a public thing so that people would have food, especially during the pandemic. And the cops came, they took all of it out. They let it last for a few weeks. They set up a camp there. And so like there was people there 24/7. So we'd all bring food for them. But the cops ended up taking all the plants out. So we planted taro and papaya and all of, you name it. And they took it all out, for no good reason. Just that. So it's an ongoing thing. But I will say that, it's help. We're all coming together. On Fridays, we work on someone's land, help with a project, planting, etc., and have lunch together and then have a meeting. And we call it the nitty-gritty committee. And it's getting down to the nitty-gritty of it all. What are we growing? Who needs what? How do we make sure everyone has enough? Are there schools that have food? Do we need to give them food? Things like this. Like I said, I just got back. I met our new permaculture design and like land keeper on this land. Is a new person, came from Costa Rica. He had a farm there. So I just met him last night. We had a great convo about what we're going to plant, what medicinals we're going to plant. So just staying tuned. I'm just trying to do what I can where I am. And it's groups like this and gatherings like this that give you the hope, like you said, like we're all doing it. The more we keep coming together and we plant that seed in somebody else to take initiative where they are. And I think that's the only way that we really move forward. There's that beautiful, it's an African proverb really, the gist of it's, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I think that's, what I try to remember.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so thank you. And I look forward to coming on and sharing more and just bringing the joy to the work, because that's what it is. It's not work, right? It's all just play if we want it to be. So.
Yeah, I have an idea. I'll throw this out there. Maybe Sarissa, you can facilitate this. Stephanosis, maybe you can do it in Fresno, right at the spot, right? Gurunam, wherever you are in the world. Where in the world is Gurunam? But what we could do maybe next Sunday, let's experiment with like, what if you, Sarissa, do a physical kirtan in your space there live here, and we do like this almost decentralized kirtan.
Whoa.
We do it in Fresno at the space, the temple, and then we can do it here,
Yeah. I'll be down. I've never held one by myself, so I have to ask people. I think that's a confidence thing for me. I'm like, but I will add, there's plenty of people here who have, so I will ask and gather. And yes. I love that idea.
Yes, and the pressure's not all on you, right? Because that's the thing about it. It's just really like holding the space and inviting other people to share as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you guys feel? This is cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were physically here, but we're also...
Thank you so much for coming. That was so beautiful. You're in Hawaii?
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We're coming.
It's such a beautiful, like, luscious place in the world.
It is very, luscious, but that's exactly why it has its own issues and why people take advantage of it, right? That's the prettier something is, the more resources something has, the more we drain it. So it's really, really beautiful, but we also like to poison paradise sometimes. Yeah. So not on a bad note, it's we're doing what we can to, like we said, all help that. So I really look forward to it. I landed, like I said, really recently. There's a whole new group of people here. The energy is so much brighter. So I'm like, great, onwards and upwards, you guys. On Tuesdays, I'll be doing cacao sound integrations too. If anyone, I might set up a camera. We could do it online. So.
Oh, what island are you on?
Big Island. So it'll be cacao sound bath and then a writing circle. So writing prompts. So if anyone
wants Kona, right?
Is there? Yeah.
Okay.